Welcome back to my channel. Touch your resin stone here, back at it again with another Twitter commentary. Y'all, oh my God, Twitter is at it again with these wild and crazy articles. I mean, come on. A Florida man wakes up to an intruder sucking on his busted ass toes. Oh no. Okay, I'm in shock. The victim wakes up, okay, with the alleged toe sucker attempting to grab the victim's genitalias. Now, the victim asks the man, what is going on? Okay, he's waking up, he's asleep, dreaming, living his best fantasy, his best life. He wakes up to his toes being tickled and sucked, and he said, what is going on? The toe sucker has the audacity to say, I'm here to suck toes. No, baby, no. Now, this article, okay, first off, the police come out to the house. They take DNA swabs on the man's toes. And they include this video about Temptation Island. Take a look at this. Take a look.
Okay, okay, let's start off fresh. What do you make of this?
I thought it was weird, to be honest. I think they had a scene where I was actually talking to Sonic about it, and I said I didn't like that. I thought that was like extremely weird. I mean, he hasn't really built a connection in the house, but he was sucking toes. But I mean, hey, maybe he has a thing for toes. And
do you see what I mean? That video, the Temptation Island clip, added nothing to the story. I mean, they're on a TV reality show that is about like zipping it and zooming it. Like, that's the whole premise of the show. So fetishes and weird stuff and sex, and that's what you signed up for. So to me, that was added nothing. All they did was shame toe suckers, and I mean, all they did was shame toe suckers. And here's the thing, y'all, I'm all about live, let live. But the difference is, if you want to suck on some corns, okay, and you want to, lick a bunion, that's on you, but it should be between a consenting party. You need to have a consenting adult. That means somebody over 18, okay, for most people in the U.S. And I don't know other countries, but I think 15 is the age of consent in like some Asian countries. But anyways, you need to be age of consent, okay? And you need to have two consenting adults who need to, engage in fetish behavior and sexual activities. This man was violated, okay? And the root of this story, and that's what I want to be serious for a minute, because this is hilarious. I mean, let's be real, this is kind of hilarious. But in all seriousness, somebody was violated. The victim had his house broken into. Let's not forget, he was asleep. Okay, he was asleep, living his best life in dreamland, snoozing away, to wake up. How violated would you feel to wake up and have somebody tickling and sucking on your toes? Now, even if you like your toes being sucked, it's all about context. And I would not, people like to have sex, but you don't want to wake up having sex with a stranger. You know what I'm saying? So let's be real. I kind of feel like it was bad taste. Now, granted, it's HuffPost, so of course, come on, guys, it's HuffPost. But have a little dignity and respect for this poor Florida man who had his toes sucked with unbeknownst to him. Now, I grew up dancing. I did ballet for many, many years. So if Mr. Florida man came into my room and sucked on my toes, baby, he would be in for a rude, bunion-crusted, calloused ass corn awakening, okay? Now, my toes are a little better now since I've retired from dance and I have pedicures. But girl, no ma'am. She is not trying to have her toes sucked. Don't touch my feet. Don't look at my feet. Don't even smell. Get away from my feet. I'm not that type of person. However, in my early 20s, this is a God's honest, true story I'm about to tell you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I dated a man who had a foot fetish. Oh, yes, I did. And let me tell you, I was living my best life. I was playing house, living with this man. And I had heard rumors, don't slut shame me, y'all, but I had dated his friend. And his friend didn't want me to date this other guy, obviously, because he was losing to his friend. And so I didn't believe him. But he said, hey, he's weird. He likes feet. He's got fake feet. He's a weird guy. He likes feet. And I was like, what the hell? Okay, whatever. Now, this guy was beautiful. He was so hot, like 6'4", buff. He worked out. He had like beautiful honey brown eyes, good hair, hairline was on point, full lips, wonderful personality. He could sing. Oh yes, he was a very, very attractive man. But after a long day of work, I come home and this man, we had a formal living room and we didn't really use it. Like most folks, you got like a living room that you live in, and then you've got the formal living room that just looks pretty. And I came home and the room was kind of disheveled. You know what I'm saying? There was like pillows, blankets, things disarrayed. So I was putting things together and I pulled a pillow up and I found a rubber foot. I was in shock. I said, what the fuck? Now, he was mortified. He was embarrassed. And then when I'm cleaning, he runs and grabs a rubber foot. And then there was a plastic foot. I found another foot. And I said, oh my God. Now, he was playing with all these feet and God knows what he was doing with them. I mean, I who knows? And then I told him, I said, you don't have to be embarrassed. Like, it's okay. Like, and I kind of shared with him that, I like hairy guys, for instance. And so I was like, well, I like body hair. And there's nothing wrong with a hairy man and a masculine, dude. But I tried to make him feel at ease and not to be ashamed. And he could tell me if he had a fetish and, like, don't be ashamed of it. And I understand people make fun of him, but, like, it's fine. But he would not admit it. And he's like, oh, no, it's not that. And I'm just thinking, well, if you don't have a fetish for feet, why the fuck you got feet? Like, why do you have fake feet? That's not normal. I don't know anybody. Write in the comments right now. Push the number 2 if you have ever purchased or seen a fake foot at someone's house, because no. Ain't no hashtag me too with about feet. No one has feet. Like, you don't have feet unless you're into feet. It was shocking. I was a young 20, early 20s, and this guy was older in his 30s, but I was like, baby, it's okay. You don't have to be ashamed of your foot fetish. And he would, after that night, after he was, talking about the feet. Now, I mentioned I had some busted ass feet, y'all. My feet they're not cute, okay? They ain't cute. And he, he liked weird things. Like, he liked the crook of your arm, and he liked the back of your knees, and he liked wrists. And he asked if he could penetrate and use my wrists as a fleshlight. Now, this did absolutely nothing for me, as you could imagine, but it did a lot for him. And I let him play. I let him do what he wanted to do. And I just, wanted to support him, knowing that he shared something vulnerable, even though I kind of caught him and it was embarrassing for him. And he did that like a couple times in future events. But the point is, let's get back to the story. The article was weird and gross, and I hope they catch the serial toe sucker out there. And I'm assuming he's a serial toe sucker, so alleged serial toe sucker, but the very real toe sucker that is out there. Y'all need to hide your feet, wear socks, wear shoes, and lock your doors, okay? Because these people are out there breaking in and sucking on your toes.